I wanted to make a video. I've had something on my heart that it's been in my awareness for a while, and just over the past, it's kind of reconfirmed the importance of dropping into ourselves, dropping into our true soul, and aligning with the truth that we feel. Not just truth for ourselves, but truth for others. Learning to trust our intuition before our ego. Trusting that the decisions that we make, and the people we're around, and the things that we're doing, and the things we have in our house are in alignment with who we are and the life that we want to live. I have an example, and it's really and truly a really drastic one that I never thought, like, it's really hard to wrap your mind around it. And just the importance of being in your truth and not allowing anything external to affect your true inner happiness and true inner health. So, because it's easy, especially with all these apps, right? It's easy to see someone's life and see, pictures or videos or whatever, and think, oh my gosh, oh, they get to do this or they have that or whatever. And it's sad, but people can be judgy, and that's not cool for anyone. And so the example I have is at our family cottage, probably 5 or 6 years ago. Yes, probably 5 or 6 years ago, probably 6 years ago. My parents, myself, and my 2 kids were walking down the beach, and we walked over to the bay next to us, which we do lots of time. And we met a new family that had moved into this older property that had a very old cottage on it that needed either some major renovations or take it down and start fresh. And there was a creek that ran through the property. It was really pretty. So we're talking to them, and because we've tried to do, it's really restrictive of what you can do where our family cottage is. So it's frustrating at times, very, especially as the family grows. And anyway, so he's telling us, very nice couple. We didn't meet her that day. We met him and I think both the kids, but we knew there was 2 kids that were a couple years younger than my kids' ages. So I think that's why it kind of hits on my heart a little bit more too. Anyway, so he's telling us, their plans for the property, and that they were going to put a garage on one side of the creek and put a brand new cottage on the other side of the creek. And so we're asking him, how are you able to do this? Because I know from what we've done at our house, yes, we're not on the beach, obviously, but the property behind us is environmentally protected. So the Saugeen Conservation Authority is involved in anything you want to do on your property. So we were very curious, and he essentially explained that if you hire the right people and pay the right fees, you can do whatever, you can get permission. You can't do whatever you want, but you can get the permission then. Get the building permits. Not a problem. And lo and behold, that's what happened. The garage went up. Gorgeous. Like, gorgeous garage. It was incredible. Like, when you think of a man cave, it is 444. It is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And of course, like 4-wheelers, they had Sea-Doos, they had all the toys. They had boat and Sea-Doos. I think there was just one, maybe 2 actually. All the toys, the garage was beautiful. Like the guys were like, this is unreal. So we were introduced to this guy, and he was a bomb gun guy, and he worked with some local police organizations. Anyway, so he told us quite a few stories of, things he's done, the guns he's had, the, bombs he's worked with. Anyway, like, pretty incredible story. Kind of like the pretty incredible garage. And then the pretty freaking spectacular, massive, like gorgeous cottage. Very modern. Not personally my taste, but it is a gorgeous cottage. Then it went up, and they had a cottage a few blocks away where they were staying, because they obviously tore this one down and they were doing that. They had their home in the city. And we found out, I think it was in the spring last year, so the spring 2021, he was in some big trouble. Big. Like multi-million-dollar big. And with the government. And it's, from what we've heard from people who are within the gun community, it's massive. Anyway, really incredible. And it was kind of like a aha moment. Okay, so smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. And how easy is it at times to think, well, and it's, I mean, it was a real question in this case, how were they living like this? Like, how? Everything they were doing. You never, ever know anyone else's story. Bottom line. Whose story do you know? Yours. Your truth. Your truth. Does anyone else's story matter? Nope. No. And that's the whole point of, this guy was, for whatever reason, hyping himself up. And don't get me wrong, he was a very nice person. He was very, he had all the toys, he had all the stuff, he had, this big, grand man cave, garage, gorgeous cottage, and now has nothing. Nothing. And remember when I said his kids were like 2 years younger than my kids? What's going to happen to them? You never, ever know someone else's truth. They can tell you a story. People love to tell stories. You can make up whatever you want. Focus on your truth. No one else's. I do truly love these various social media apps, more so Instagram and YouTube, because it's pictures and videos, and you can learn a lot. Yes, I guess that's on Facebook, but it's not. It feels stuck and icky for me for whatever reason, and even at times Instagram does, because what is real? Right? What is real? I know my truth. I live my truth every single day. I feel my best when I live my truth. I could assume I know someone else's truth based on what I see about them online, based on what someone else tells me. I could assume that's their truth. It might not be. In this case, it wasn't. Reading through the court documents, oh my God. I said, oh my God, I don't know how many times. And it was more so because I am a mother myself. I'm a parent. You make, like, oh my God, those choices. Like, that's not just That's intentional. Like crazy intentional. Crazy intentional. It's really sad. Really, really sad. I really feel for those kids because now both their parents are going to be going to jail. It's so sad. So that's more of my story. Focus on you. Go within. Go deep. As soon as you start feeling you're looking externally, that's your sign you need to go deep. Really deep. And begin to enjoy being quiet with yourself. Begin to enjoy grabbing a pen and paper and writing down how you feel. Make that normal. Make it normal. For everyone. It's okay for boys to cry. Focus on your truth and you will live a happy and healthy life. The really sad thing is we've recently heard, and I don't take things just by, recently heard. I've seen the court documents. It's a crazy amount of money. Like I think 65 million or something. And we've now recently heard it's the next level, like multi-level. This is crazy. It's crazy. There's so much corruption. And like really, you wonder why costs keep going up too? When you do business in Canada, people hide behind corporations. Like, oh, it's just so multi-level. Wrong. It's so wrong. So focus on you, focus on your story, focus on your truth, what feels good to you, what feels in alignment. And don't worry about anyone else. And it'll be great. Obviously, focus on your kids. But in general, the only control you have is within your life. So live it and love it.